guys, it's your girl Deja D, and I have not filmed a beauty video and I feel like forever, and I feel like I haven't sat down and filmed a video in forever. My face was breaking out really bad and I just wanted to give myself a break, so it's cleared up a lot. It's not perfect, but nobody's perfect in the Hannah Montana world. We're about to just go ahead and hop right into this video. I want this to be a very natural, very cool video. We're just going to do a chit chat, get ready with me, and I want to feature this LA Girl Pro palette. I was gifted this by my cousin, so shout out to you if you're watching, Stephanie. Thank you so much. I've seen this palette around Target, and every time I wanted to pick it up because I love LA Girl products. They're one of the first brands of makeup that I was able to afford and get. Now I'm able to move on to bigger things like the Carnival palette and everything, but I still have a high appreciation for the LA Girl products. So we're just gonna go ahead and use them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this video. If you're not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button. This pink frame that you see right here is featured from my blog in the description box. Go ahead, check that out, and follow my motivational blog. I post motivational content every single day, whether it's a video, a chat, and on every other Sunday I make sure that I post Deja chat speaking about a specific topic. But enough talking, let's go ahead and let's get into the video. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is my brows. I just like to use a dark brown pencil. This is very old, but this is the Wet n Wild. It's just a dark brown pencil. It doesn't say eye, doesn't say lip, doesn't say anything. But if you watch my videos for a minute, I use this brown pencil for everything. I use it for my eyebrows, and I also use it as a lip liner, and if I ever need it for anything else, it'll be used for that as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill these in, and then we're gonna come back when it's time to conceal. So I'm just gonna fast forward this part because y'all see me do my brows a gajillion times. Okay guys, so like I said, this is a very natural video, so I only have the natural lighting going on. So if you see like the lighting like shifting, that's why. So I did my brows, I filled them in or whatever, and if you don't like them, do yours differently, okay? So what I'm about to do now is I'm about to conceal. So for concealer on the brow, I'm gonna go in with my LA Girl Pro concealer, and this is in the shade Bond. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this under the brow, and then I'll use my foundation to carve out the top. Sometimes I'll do the light concealer on the top and the bottom. Sometimes I'll do it just on the bottom and then do the foundation on the top, and sometimes I don't conceal at all, and then sometimes I do it whatever I feel like. So for today, we're going to just use this flat concealer brush and just go ahead and conceal under the brows. And then what I'm also going to do is take this concealer and just drag it down onto my eyelid so we could start prepping for the shadows that we're going to use. So there's a few things that I just wanted to tell you all. So one, the month of August, I'm about to just be really working on my content. You all will see a lot more of my editing skills, and everything is just going to be a lot more clean and precise, and just building on my content basically, especially on my social media platforms, on both my blog and on my Instagram. Everything's just going to be a lot more cohesive, a lot more promoting, and a lot more sharing the love and sharing my attention on all of my platforms. So be on the lookout for new content on my Instagram as well as my blog. And another thing is I also ordered some new equipment. So I have new lighting, new backdrop. I want to work on just building my craft. As you all know, I'm a growing content creator, and just building my brand overall as far as the motivational platform is concerned, the motivation and beauty platform is concerned. So just doing a bunch of different things, working on that, working on my graphics, and just learning my skills. I also start my classes back up this month, so you all can look forward to some more college content from home. If you do not know, I go to Hampton University. I'm a psychology major, journalism minor, and we are not going back to school. Well, we're not going back on campus. We're going to do our school remotely, which is understandable. I'm just happy that, you know, I'm happy they decided to make the decision before we got there, because a lot of times a lot of schools, they might get on campus and then realize like, oh, this wasn't a very smart decision for us to bring our students back, and then we have to move. Taking my e.l.f. hydrating primer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my face. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and put some foundation on. So lately I have been using my Kiss Pro Touch liquid foundation. I have these two shades right here. This shade is Warm Coconut and it's $3.45, and then I have this shade which is $4.20, Chestnut Maroon. And honestly, I got this one first and it was really dark, and this one is about my complexion. Sometimes it's a little light, so what I'll do is I'll mix the two, but for today I'm just going to use this one first to see how it's working. And I have my e.l.f. damp beauty sponge. I literally use this for 80% of my face, so I'm just gonna go ahead and first go in with this one because I used this the other day by itself and it was good. So I'm just taking like light layers of it, so it's like covering up the blemishes, but it's still like your skin. It's still very skin-like. If you want this foundation to go full coverage, it can do that, which is what I like. It's like buildable. It's really buildable, and I don't even have a lot on. Now that that's all on, I'm going to take that same LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn and go ahead and put this all over my highlight points. And then I'm going to use that same beauty sponge and just, you know, blend it in. If you want to be like really like, you're going to use something a lot lighter that's really going to brighten your eyes and everything. So today, as you all see, this is something more of my skin tone, a little brightness, but not like too bright. If I was to use something like light ivory, y'all just get ready to get snatched. And when I use super light concealers like that, is usually to prime my eyelids for concealer, never really like on the face. So that's another reason why I like it. Since we are on quarantine, let me know some TV shows that you all have been really into. I have watched so much stuff. I watched Good Trouble. I watched Drag Race. Well, I'm watching Drag Race. It was hard for me to start from season 1, honestly, because the way that the quality of the TV looks, like, cause you know, when Drag Race first started, television was so much older looking, so it just looks so much older, and I'm not a big fan of watching like older looking things, if that makes sense. Like if you were to go back and watch like original episodes of, I can't even think of any of examples. I hope you all can understand what I'm saying, but the television, like the quality is very old, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not really that good. So I was watching season 1, but then I just started watching All Stars. So I'm about to be on season 3 of All Stars. It's because I used to watch Drag Race, but never like season 1, episode 1. It was like if it came on and I was watching it, cool, then I'll cut it on, but never like sit down and watching it. So just let me know in the comments what shows you want. Now I'm going to take my Aerospun setting powder, and this is in the shade Naturally Neutral, so it's the more brownish tone, yellowish tone powder that they have. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on all those places that we just put the concealer. And like I said, using that same e.l.f. sponge. I like to use the same sponge for my whole face pretty much, because I don't know, it's my face, all one tool. And then to contour, I'm going to use my Black Radiance True Complex Contour Palette. This is the deep to dark one, and I like to use that middle shade right here. This is the sculpting one, and I like to just use this to contour. The darkest one they have is a little too dark for me, so I just like to use this more warm tone one and really buff that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and contour. So before we get into the eyes, I want to go ahead and set my face. I'm going to use my Nakia K Perfecting Setting Spray. This is a long lasting one, and I'm just going to do a little bit of it. says a little, proceeds to put a lot. So now let's dive right into this eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be taking like some more fluffy brushes. These are my Wet n Wild ones. This palette does have like a plastic covering on it. It is super cute, and I'm going to be putting some shots that I took before I took the palette on up on the screen so you all can see how pretty these colors are. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one thing I don't like about the palette is the fact that the names are on this, but they're not on here. So that's like a con. Because if I throw this in the trash, I'm not going to know what the names are. So I'm going to keep it for right now for the sake of this being my first video, but I doubt that I keep this plastic covering for it. Oh, the names are also on the back of it. Okay, cool. But I wish they were down here too. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna just move this to the side. So the first shade that I want to go ahead with is like a more transition shade. I want this to be it's a lot of shimmers in this palette, honestly. I'm not sure if I want to go on the more green route or the blue route, or let's just do both. But let's first go in with the shade Brilliance. Hope I'm saying these right. But Brilliance is just this dark brown shade, and I'm going to go ahead and just put that all in my crease. Okay, so I have Brilliance in. Now taking that same brush, I'm going to go ahead and pack Champion, which is this orange corally shade. Just gonna flip the brush to the other side, and I'm gonna bring this down more to the outer part right here. So I'm gonna like be mixing Brilliance and Champion right down here on this outer part. And I did not put any powder right here, but fallout is not really no fallout. So far I'm kind of liking the pigment and everything. It's for this price point. This was gifted to me, but I'll find the price of it and leave it up on the screen for you all to see. For the price point, for it to be a drugstore palette, it is a really good, decent quality. And I also love all the shades that they have in here. There are a lot of shimmers, but they're really pretty, and still a lot of things that you could work with and do with. This is what we're looking like so far, and I like it a lot, actually. Okay, let's take this flat brush. Let's take this flat brush. Do I want to go greens or do I want to go blues? Let's do them both. So I'm first going to take this green shade right here. And what is this called? This is called Hot Shot. It's called Hot Shot. So I'm going to take Hot Shot and apply that in the inner part right here. Ooh, okay. So that is a lot of fallout, actually. So the shimmers have way more fallout than the mattes do, because I felt it. I felt it fall down on my face. So feel free to put some powder on. I'm already too far gone. And I just don't want to put none on. I actually want to use my finger to see how okay. When you use your finger, it definitely makes it more pigmented and look a lot brighter. But it also gets really messy because I have nails on. So I'm going to try to clean that up with the brush. So I'm just going to try to stay with the brush. So next what I want to do is take this dark green shade and follow that behind it. I'm going to use the same brush, just flip it on the opposite side. If you have not seen or noticed, I like to try to use the same tools for everything, or as minimal tools as possible, because I feel like, you know, it's one face. It all should like kind of blend together. So what I want to do is take this dark blue. Let's take the dark blue and let's just use that same brush and pack that right here. I really do like this palette a lot. I think it's super cute. There's a lot of looks you could do with it. Like you could do an all blue look, and I think it pairs well with other palettes. So if I was to take a palette with more mattes and incorporate these shimmer shades in it, or these neutral tones to it, it'll be super, super pretty. And the palette is super pretty on its own. So if you don't like shimmers, I'm not sure you're gonna like this palette because it is a lot of shimmers. But if you were looking at this palette and just didn't know if the quality was going to be really, really good for you, I do recommend you getting it, just because it is a really pretty palette. So if you've seen the palette in person, you're okay with the shimmers and everything, go ahead and get it. It is really good quality, and that's something I like about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this look, so I'll be right back. So for under my eye, I actually want to use this blue shade right here. This is the shade Graceful. It's the shade Graceful. It's that really, really bright blue that you all see, and I want to put that on my under my eye to really make it pop. Oh yeah, this is really pretty. So it's looking a little crazy right now, but I'm about to go ahead and add some lashes and mascara. I'm gonna just finish this look up off camera because I have nothing left to do but that and some lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the look, and we'll be back to close off the video. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you all have seen this palette, be sure to go ahead and check it out. I love the way that this look turned out today, and I hope you all did too. See you all in the next one. Bye.